Sir, the first gospel preacher was not man. The first preacher of the gospel is God himself. God preaching God to Abraham. That was why the gospel started. And that is why you would notice, Papa was talking to us about this man that one transcended his time, another one transcended his era, another one transcended his dispensation. You will notice that these three men that Papa mentioned, I don't have time, I would have shown you. When he was talking about the quality of the righteousness, it is before the law. You would have noticed also that grace was speaking. Then you will notice that baptism took place as well. And so, how did God get the attention of Abraham? God preached God to him. Galatians chapter 3, 6 to 8 confirms what I'm saying. Galatians chapter 3, 6 to 8. So that this man's faith is not hinged on a man, but his faith is hinged on God. And that was why he could latch onto believing God. Now, how on earth have you asked questions that how did Abraham know the way of altars? Because I didn't see where God said to him, build me an altar. What we saw in scriptures was that God spoke to him. He obeyed after his father died, after Terah died in Genesis 11, and he stepped out. And when he stepped out, believing what God had said to him, the next thing that happened was he pitched a tent and he built an altar. So when he believed God, the first thing he did was he moved out and he went in obedience to God. So what you call Abraham, get thee out of your father's house, what the Bible calls it was not covenant. What the Bible calls it was not promise. What the New Testament called it was God preaching the gospel to him. God preaching the gospel to him. God preaching the gospel to him. This is how the faith of the kingdom is being transmitted. God teaching this man the gospel of the kingdom. How did I know that it wasn't from the Lord that this man learned the place of altar?